Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another manga review. And this manga review is a request. Just bit my tongue. Wee! From a commenter. It was from, I believe, Barb Lowe wanting a second review of He's My Only Vampire. So I bought it, I read it, I'm confused. I am confused. Okay, so, like, the first book, we end off on this guy who's basically like a trickster who, he kind of pops up and is like, I'm gonna punish somebody. So, where it goes off of from here is the punishment, and so, um, Aki is technically being punished because he broke a rule, and they don't exactly say the rules or anything like that. So, Kana is like, I'm gonna stop this. He touches her and then turns into a penguin. A penguin. Okay, he's adorable. He's bat wings, but penguin. Penguin, nonetheless, penguin. Um, and the reason why he turned into a penguin was because she's a virgin. Okay. Moving on from there. And then they talk about that Aki really wants to get all the sigmias from everybody who has a stigma. Or, yeah, it's like a sigil or something like that from everybody. And the stigma from them to be basically kind of like the king vampire. And like to save his brother, but not really. It's really kind of weird at that point. But the werewolf guy who doesn't have total control about his werewolfness does have one, but wants to be friends, and yeah, so they become partners in crime. Okay, so then we move on to Aki. I can't remember his name. I'll just call him Mr. Werewolf. And Kana go to school. Well, then they're like, werewolf dude's a delinquent, he's evil, he's not really good, he doesn't help the class, doesn't help the school, any of this. And you just find out that he's trying to make sure that all his emotions are controlled so he doesn't pop into being a werewolf and accidentally hurts people. But he gets into a lot of fights outside of school to relieve the pressure of being a werewolf. So that's why he's kind of a delinquent. And Akana, or Kana, I say Akana, but it's not, there's no A in there, it's just Kana. Kana has been basically like running a club, or not really running a club, but having a club that is, just helping people around. And that was kind of what she was doing the first volume. I'm going to say that's what she really was. And then, she became a thrall for Aki, who's a vampire, and now she's immortal, but they go into more detail that if she dies, she may be immortal, but she can die, and so can he, and that's not really good because you're his only food source. Why? Let's get a little close. Why isn't it in a lot of vampire stories that there's only one blood source? Like, they get connected by one blood source. I've not seen any myths, any stories, anything other than like the stories from Japan that, like, well, you're my thrall now, or you're my special one, and I can only drink from you. So now I will die if you die. Like, no. Like, the original, Bram Stoker, I think. Like, that vampire just went out and took blood. Didn't care who it was. So I don't know, maybe it's like a romantic thing, I guess. There's even in, I think, Honey Blood, where it's like, is it real? Is it really that, like, he can only have her blood? Or is it just something that he put into her head? And I don't know. But so moving on from that, she wants to improve what the student body thinks of Mr. Werewolf and Aki. She, Kana, because Aki is the dude, but I think his name is Akane. I think, I don't know his full name, but it's Aki. She just says Aki, and it's the name we all get, all of it. So, um, she basically then tries to make a club, but she can't. It can't be like a real club because she doesn't want a teacher to know about it. So she's like, wait, it could be a hobby club. It could be a hobby club, and I don't. I don't know about anybody else's school, but my school didn't really have hobby clubs. Like there was like kind of like a knitting or kind of a sewing one, but not really. It was more like a club. So, right? I don't know. Um, but so, uh, she goes up to the not principal, the student council to make this hobby club. And this hobby club, he's basically like, I would say no because, it's a hobby. And you just want to help out people. That's what I would say. But, and then goes on a long tangent that he wants things that are becoming a little too public to go underneath the rug. So, this club is the best start. And it's like the Helping Hands Club, I think, something like that. So, there's a thing that, like, somebody's predicting people's deaths. So, they want it to stop, get figured out, all this stuff. A little bit of a back. Aki and Kana go to Kana's home because her parents are not there. They are in Russia for work. And like, oh, my dad went to Russia for his job, and mom came with. Just left us here, and I guess they're still paying for things. Okay, explain it to me later, book. But her brother is a closet shut-in, hasn't gone to school or anything like that. And so Kana is like, hey, you're a guy, he's a guy. And Aki's like, I've come here to be a tutor, need anything, yada. And yay, it kind of works out. So, fast forward back into the book, and I think it's somewhere kind of in the beginning. So then they find out who did it. And I think that's more the half of the book, or the other half. Everybody try thinking of this book as a weird linear thing, because I think in the beginning, for the delinquent stuff, like, she tries to help out another club, and the bad thing about that is, that, one of the people that she was helping out was like, okay, buy me some flour for the baking club. She comes back and it's like, we don't need it because you're a troublemaker. And, like, she's like, how am I the troublemaker when I'm just getting you these things? They get into, like, a big thing, which goes back into the immortal thing. I should have just pulled it in there. Sorry. But goes into the immortal, because Kana basically protects the girls that this gang comes up and grabs them and is like, you're the werewolf's girlfriend. We're gonna show him that he can't mess with us anymore. Let's just say that it doesn't go out, and he's and the werewolf's like, say sorry. But she also, like, the building gets lit on fire with Kana still in it, and she kind of freaks out. There's something that happened in her past that we're still not getting to with the fire. Kana, or Aki, makes a reference of it, and it's like, it's not your fault that the fire happened. Something like that. So, okay, so that's, like, mostly the beginning of the book, and I don't know why I did that, and then it goes to making this club. So they go find out, this is a computer, and it's going on to a special school thing that was created that people are looking at. So they go up to one of the tech guys, I think it is. And one of the tech guys is like, I kind of been following, but I can't get the IP and all this stuff. Somebody cracks it and finds out the right IP, to then find out that it's Akane's house and it's her brother. So they're like, cut the feed, cut everything, make sure, you know, all that stuff. So they are, I think they are going to her house to indicate that, you know, this is what happened. You know, like, can you please stop this? But then they run back to find out that the computer guy is going to literally jump off the top of the school. Guess what? Not the best. It really isn't. So, they're like, okay, get a whole bunch of stuff. So when he does do this, we will get him. And guess what? Kana's brother does actually come and help. And Aki's like, well, you finally came out. And it is in reference like he came out of the closet almost. And it's like he doesn't seem gay. And then all the school's like, oh my goodness, is that Kana's sister? She looks so adorable. It's like, I'm a dude. So that's really adorable. And Aki kind of goes, and then all of a sudden, this thing happens at the end of the book where you finally, or you meet this other vampire, which is Aki's fiance, and he's half naked, and she's revealing some stuff. I don't get this volume. I may have went all over the place, but it goes like the trickster, thief, punishment, then goes to Aki's brother, then goes to the fire and bullies, then goes to trying to make a club, then goes to trying to save somebody, which they do, then goes to a fiance, which I don't know if the mangaist is like trying to kickstart the story a little bit faster or whatever, because I know they are doing this series and then the Demon of Momochi House. So they have two series running at the same time. Super proud. Super proud. And that's why I think like the newer volumes take like so much is legit, because like she's working on both, so she every other one. Them, I don't know if it's a he or she. I mean Aya. But still, they make really, it's very beautiful. The story on this one was just a little strange. Just I may have went all over. That's how I felt when reading this. And I know it's been, fun fact, if I had waited till February, it would have been a full year till I made a second part of this one. 1 full year. I did the review on the first one in February. I'm doing this now, and this video will probably be released in January. So almost. Oh goodness, just don't hurt me. So with that, I really do thank Barb Lowe for the comment asking about doing a second one. And anybody wants another review on any other manga, or if you want me to in detail speculate about a given episode or anything like that, definitely tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, definitely leave a like, and definitely, I was about to say leave a comment on what you thought of this volume. You can, but hey, whatever you guys want. Comment on whatever one you want to see next, either on that video or in any of the videos, because you know what? I read all the comments. I really do. Even if it takes me like a little bit. Also, definitely don't forget to subscribe, because I do try and upload from Monday to Friday as much as I can with either something old, or just something different, or your requests. And if I get more requests, I might make it like a Friday request or something like that. I might make it into a little bit of a series. That is up to you, though. And I hope that you've been having a wonderful, wonderful day. I know with the new year, all that good stuff. Woot. Crazy. And I'm going to just be a potato right now. Whew. Been sick. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.